What's up, people? DarthCastle here. We are going to take a look at He-Man from Sideshow. This is one of the first pieces I got. This is right around the time when I had just gotten into getting used to paying the big money for the statues, and I had already got Hulk vs. Wolverine on order. And Sideshow had this coming right around the corner. And it was the first time I thought about He-Man because I had already seen all the PCS versions and I just wasn't into them. One thing about some of the cartoons when you're a kid, when you grow up, sometimes they don't have the same lasting appeal that they had when you were kids. You know, so I would see the He-Man stuff that I saw when I was a kid, and I was like, I really like that. I used to like that stuff. So I couldn't get into any of them. I couldn't get in. I mean, you know, it was nice. They wanted it to look just like it did when you were a kid, but it wasn't for me. So I saw this one and saw pictures of it, and I was like, man, that's pretty realistic looking. It a different take on He-Man, you know. So it was one that I considered, and then what? We went to
Third Eye.
Yeah, best comic shop in the world. We went there, and they had this on display, and I saw it in person, and I was like, whoa, because I'd already liked it from the pictures, but once I saw it in person, I just knew, yeah, I definitely got to get that one. So.
Oh, you didn't have it ordered when we went to Third Eye already?
I think I was toying with it.
Okay.
No,
you had.
no.
I think you had ordered it.
Did I?
Yeah, when we went and to see it.
You
just
remember
to confirm.
it better than me.
Yeah, I think we went to Third Eye and he had it ordered. And then he was, and I looked. I said, "Oh, they got He-Man. Let's go see He-Man."
That's right.
So, and then for me, it changed because I was holding on to the past, and you know, because this came on 8 years old. He-Man came on, good memories, you know. And the PCS one, I was looking to actually think about getting that one, you know. And you know, he had the bowl cut and everything, and but you know, that was they made it exactly like the He-Man. You remember? Then you see this, and you're like, you know, this is a modern. This kind of reminds you of the movie with Dolph Lundgren a little bit, you know what I mean? Because he's got a cape on in the movie. He had a cape on. He's kind of a, you know, ain't nobody as blonde as naturally as He-Man was on that TV show, you know what I mean? But he's kind of a dirty blonde like Dolph. It kind of reminds you of Dolph Lundgren from that movie, but they kind of enhanced the armor a little bit, you know what I mean? But it's very nice piece. That's really what I think about when I see this. It's like it reminds you of Dolph Lundgren, you know, from the movie, except no guns and stuff like that. I never did like that part about it. But go ahead, man.
Yeah, so this is the exclusive. So I came with the axe and got the sword. All this is metal. But you know, I got it with the axe exclusive because I just like the look of it.
Yeah, I like it too.
I rarely use the sword unless my daughter tells me to put it on, and then I'll switch them out. But for the most part, it stays like that. I have seen people do it without the cape. I don't know. I like the cape. Yeah. I wish I had took it and ironed it. Yes, it is still kind of wrinkled.
Well, they have steamers you can get and steam it out. That'd probably be a better option than that because it's got, you know, we'll get to the dirt, but that's probably like that's paint you wouldn't want to burn, melt that off, you know. But base wise, you know, if anybody's seen He-Man, this obviously is the steps of Grayskull here, you know, and it's got kind of like runes, and we'll get some close ups of it. And it's got like runes and patterns in there, and the teeth have like cracks and weathering and everything. And I like the base on this. This and the Skeletor, which we'll get to next. The Skeletor base is really, really nice because it reminds me of Snake Mountain. Yeah, go ahead, man. So
yeah, yeah. When I saw this in person, I loved the paint job they did on the body, and
very
I
nice.
know. You know, you get into PVC issue all the time, and you know the statue is polystone, but then some of the stuff like the shield and you know this stuff on the clothing, that's PVC. But it's a pretty solid piece. It is the first time I considered it getting anything from my childhood, you know, cartoon related. I thought I was gonna start collecting them all, but I kind of stopped with He-Man and Skeletor. She-Ra kind of,
Yeah.
I guess. See, and here's the thing: they didn't do She-Ra wrong, but in my mind, when I was thinking She-Ra, I was thinking Red Sonja. I was thinking something, you know, a vicious female. And
Some of those Court of the Dead chicks.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was thinking
Yeah.
a female that you don't want to mess with.
Right.
They did. I mean, they did her right. They did her the way she was
looked
in the cartoon. But it was, you know, the glam She-Ra and the, you know, the glamorized.
They didn't
chick.
convert it like they did He-Man and Skeletor, and you know.
Yeah. So when I saw it, I was like, okay, I guess I won't be getting that one. So I'm, you know, I think I'm done unless they do, like, if they come back and do a Beastman and
That's what I'm waiting on.
and make him vicious.
Yeah, that's
like,
what I need.
Make dude look scary.
Yeah.
Do something like
I
that.
need slob and a whip and
Yes.
everything and like claws. If they make that,
Yeah.
day one,
Yeah,
ain't no question.
Yeah, they make him look intimidating. Don't make him look kid friendly. I don't want him to be kid friendly.
No.
I want my kids to see it and be like, Dad, that one scares me.
Yeah.
That's what I want. So if they do that, I'll jump back
question.
on board for Beastman.
Ain't no question.
You know, what was the other ones? Trap Jaw. Do something with Helm. Man at Arms.
Man,
know,
Tila
yeah.
got potential to be good.
Make them rough and rugged,
Yeah.
and I'll get back into it. So, but that was what got me on this. It was rough and rugged looking. I love the detail on the cape with you know the dirt that they added to it, like he's been
down the bottom,
marching along and dragging, and you know it got all dirty and muddy from just travel. I love it. Like sometimes I wonder if I'm gonna just take the cape off and display it without the cape. I may start going back and forth, and change it up every couple months. Because I've seen people display it without the cape, and I don't dislike that either. So I think it looks cool either way. But
I'd be surprised if they don't come out with a Battle Cat to go with this. You know,
that would be
to
cool.
sort of connect or something like that, or
That
just
would be nice.
display next to him because that
Not
would-
kid friendly.
No, but they
Yeah.
and a panther. I forgot the panther that is a panther or panther.
Oh,
I
gosh.
can't remember what it is. Whatever Skeletor's panther's name was, they need to make him too, and to go alongside him because that would be a good accessory for this. Because it is they modernized it, they made it look real, you know, and even the skull. We'll get, you know, like I said, we'll close up later. Even they've got like a eagle carved into the like the sheath on the sword, and even on his shin guards and stuff. They're like wings and everything. It's very detailed piece. You know, you, from a distance you couldn't tell, but when you walk up close to it, and you had a lot of shading on the body, like between the muscles and everything. It's we got it back.
Go ahead and
Switch out. Yeah.
Yep.
So this is the exclusive look, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
So
okay.
this is the axe. Came with it. This thing could hurt somebody. This is definitely no question metal.
And I do remember the figures. They came with axes.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they did. He-Man had an axe back in the day. Mattel released the. So with this, you know, I mean, we're not gonna do it here. You'd want to take the sword
Yeah,
off, you know.
actually, take this off. So yeah, you got this is if you know he's not using the sword. This is if he does have the
Oh, I didn't
sword.
know it came with that. Okay,
Yeah,
nice.
so it's got the different ones.
Good job,
to put
Sideshow.
on. Yeah, they were on track with the detail. So you know when he's holding the sword in his hand, you got that the empty sheath. Yeah.
So the shield is metal too, right? That's
No, it's
PVC.
PVC.
I mean, that's impressive because it looks like it's metal. Like if you didn't touch it,
Yeah.
and it looks just like the same material the sword is made from. Even the inside, especially when you look at the inside of the shield, it's got like kind of those.
Oh, you talking about where the buckles are?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I mean, but I'm talking about the carvings too. It's got like these Viking-esque sort of Celtic carvings inside of the shield and everything, and it looks like it's metal. It does.
honestly don't think I noticed that
Yeah.
before. Yeah.
This is 1/5 scale. I think that the whole He-Man, which I was surprised at first. I thought it was quarter scale, but no, they're 1/5 scale. Which that's personally my favorite size because you can get like 3 of them in a DTOF and not too small, not too big. For some reason, people hate on 1/5 scale. I love it.
Yeah,
That's just me personally.
When I first when I first got this, and Skeletor was displaying them, I had them in a DTOF, and they fit fine. They fit perfect, like they belong there. I don't mind 1/5 scale, but there are times when I want a bigger base. Like there's no secret. I like my Prime 1 stuff, and I like the work they put into their bases. I would not want their bases shrunk down. So I'm not against 1/5 at all, but see, I collect. I got 1/5 and quarter, 2 and third. So I think there's room for all of them. There's room for all of them. But yeah, this was one of the ones I got home after I said, all right, I'm gonna start doing this. This was actually, I got this before Hulk and Wolverine, even though I ordered Hulk and Wolverine first. Yeah, because I ordered that first, but there was like close to a year wait. This was coming out. I think I ordered in November. This was coming out in February. So I was like, all right. And the prices weren't crazy. And I was like, ooh, and they got him and Skeletor. And I liked the face on the Skeletor. So I was like, all right, I got to get both of them. And I ended up getting those together. And they came around the same time. And that was it.
Yeah, this is a winner.
Yeah. So I'm pretty happy with it. Sideshow, they impressed me with it. This was a good interpretation of my childhood. So
I'd like to see what they would do with a Lion-O. That would be if they came out with a Thundercats line, Panthro and
Chitara.
Because the PCS they started it, but they never finished it. So you just got Lion-O, and I always wanted that Mumra, Alex. And but other than that, yeah, if Sideshow, you want a good idea, Thundercats. Think about that, So, but this is a winner, for us. This one, you think about getting it. In the He-Man, you probably an old head, but I pull the trigger.
Yeah, the price isn't crazy, and it's this is like $400. This was $400, and compared to what you see for some of the other stuff now, this is nothing that really hurts when you look at the other prices, and it's good work. So yeah, I'm happy with it. For a long time, it was one of my favorites. The only reason it's not still near the top is just over time. But,
as I said, escalation. Stuff gets more dynamic and everything, and that's all it is. But this is a dynamic piece. Even if you look, I'm even notice now as you turn it, the cracks on the knees in here. If you look behind his armor, you got those wrinkles on your knees. They got that. They got it all. I mean, it looks like real skin. As real as can be.
Yeah, it looks like the pores.
Right.
Yeah.
And the paint job is spot on. So.
Yeah. So this is one. I still look over when I look over my stuff. This is one I still look at, and still happy I got. So that's it.
That's the story here. Get you some close-ups.
See you later.